Jimin is a versatile dancer with a background starting from hip-hop, freestyling, isolations and popping, to more of a modern dance, contemporary dance, ballet and Korean traditional dance. Jimin, also called Nation's Best Main Dancer, is the only idol who has received multiple awards for his dancing. So what makes Jimin a magnificent dancer to watch? For starters, he elongates his movements to make them fuller. He moves very precisely with his whole body flowing to the melody of the music. He really hits every detail. Because of Jimin's modern dance background, every time you pause a video, you will most often be greeted with his beautiful dance lines. He knows how to correctly not only move but also isolate parts of his body. For this, I always love to see BTS doing this part of the fire choreography. You can see how good Jimin is at isolating his moves. Here he moves one hand while the rest of his body is stiff, and at the same time he's still in sync with his background dancers who are using their whole body. In this, his shoulder line stays straight with only his head moving, and he's still doing full tuck jumps with thigh slaps. Jimin also puts a lot of effort into his head movements. The hard head jabs actually help other parts look a lot more powerful. Jimin always maintains cool and composed facial expressions even when performing really powerful choreography. He has a natural stage presence, and he knows how to use his eyes to guide you where to focus. Also, you may or may not have noticed how ballet classes in Busan's Arts High School have engraved Jimin to always use ballet feet position, not just when standing but also in idol dance choreography. Since his body flows with the music, he never stops his movements. He seemingly transitions from one move to another, never cuts them short, so his dancing looks very neat and not rushed. Because he moves his whole body, the hands and fingers are always a part of the choreo. He often is seen tracing his moves with one hand. His hand controls the rest of his moves. The same way he knows how to use his feet. He is always accurate and never lacks energy. Again, never cuts the moves short.
You no dance, list music, okay? 베이직 중요합니다.
베이직이 중요하다. 기본이 없다.
음악을 좀 들으셔야 될 것 같아요.
Alright, ready?
His musicality and unique understanding of rhythm lets his whole body move right on the beat with fantastic body control, also known as dancing in the pocket. While dancing with others who don't know how to dance in the pocket, Jimin sometimes will look like he's dancing a little bit slower. But actually he's the only one right on the beat. Here's a more detailed analysis on Jimin's SBSKO Djun 2016 performance. Pause to read if you need to. With a really great stamina, Jimin also has the ability to travel across the stage at a fast speed. He has mastered how to quickly move from one position to another, which is often further away, all while never missing a beat and while singing. He also knows how to make his performance more colorful and exciting with spinning whenever he needs to travel a shorter distance.
I'm good to go, I'm diamond, you know I glow.
He optimizes his movements by sliding and gliding over the stage. When dancing, Jimin tends to add a little extra to his choreography. Jimin has also mentioned that the song and the choreo does feel different when he wears different clothes, saying, "But when I wore a suit, something about the song sounded sexy." Fun thing to see is when others cover BTS choreography and you can clearly see which person was studying Jimin's moves. Like in the legendary Perfect Man cover when others that covered this song choose to do Jimin's taking off of the jacket part, not the original choreo. And in the Run BTS challenges when you could single out the idols that were turning their head just like only Jimin had done. As a main dancer, in the BTS performances Jimin is seen doing flips, kicks and jumping, carrying the hard choreo all while also being the lead singer and belting high notes. Throughout his career, he has unintentionally made several killing parts in BTS songs and has had a lot of popular stages.
강렬한 퍼포먼스를 선보인 불타오르는 무대 속 팬들이 애타게 기다린 힐링 파트가 있었으니 뮤직비디오가 공개된 순간 화제의 중심에 선 지민의 3분 33초 남다른 춤선으로 군무 속에서도 독보적인 존재감을 보인 지민 빅킬링 파트는 이번이 처음이 아니다 박력 넘치는 손짓과 몸짓으로 카리스마를 보여준 상남자 팬들의 마음을 뒤흔든 아이니즈의 웨이브까지 방탄소년단의 킬링 파트엔 지민이 있다
His dancing and stage charisma has especially stood out in 2014 Mama Awards when BTS' name was on everyone's lips when they were just rookies, next year with their Perfect Men cover. In Spring Day, Dance That Crosses Time and Space, Jimin's solo dance and like a tiny dust floating in the air drew a lot of attention with his delicate dance from a modern dance background. Not Today 424 killing part with Jimin's strong attention-grabbing moves. Fire 333 part in which Jimin shows amazing body control and power.
그때 너의 파워를 잊지 않았으면 좋겠거든. 피땀 눈물이나
피땀 눈물.
페이크 러브 때, 그러니까 그때 창법이나 그때 너의 이게 아니라
그때가 시작이었어요.
그러니까. 근데 어쨌든 그냥 그때 너가 이제 네가 진짜 잡아먹었잖아. 장악했잖아. 물론 뭐 우리가 옆에 있었든 뭐 어쨌든 간에
무조건이지.
너로 인해서 굉장히 팀의 존재감이 올라갔단 말이야. 너의 그 파워로 팀이 엄청 같이 올라갔단 말이지.
그치.
Jimin's greatest strength as a dancer is his ability to merge together his martial arts background and various dance styles, making him an all-rounded, versatile dancer that you can't imitate. A good example of his versatility is actually his I Need You stage at the Melon Music Awards 2019. Most people, even dancers and dance choreographers, seem to think that Jimin is only doing a contemporary piece, but that is not the case. As it's discussed in this very detailed comment on this reaction video, Jimin is actually also incorporating his traditional Korean dance background. This performance is not only contemporary dance, but it is also a modern interpretation of Korean traditional dance called salpure.
He kind of feels like a lot of the movements in the choreo were cut short and couldn't be extended as much as they could. And here he's talking about some of the what's that body part called? The wrist, girl, the wrist. He said some of the wrists, he wasn't fully dancing to his wrists or extending throughout.
Because he is also using Korean traditional dance techniques, Not just contemporary, his wrists, arms, and legs are not fully extended all the time. Also, like in his solo dance in Black Swan, the way he sometimes raises the tip of his foot is also a very typical Korean dance movement. In Korean traditional dance, it is more about expressing and describing emotions through every part of your limbs with fluid movement. Every movement is done while using a special breathing technique called dual sum and now sum, inhaling and exhaling. And the reactor also mentioned that Jimin does a wrong jump in the I Need You solo. But actually it's a dance technique which is based on Korean traditional dance movement that became a Korean b-boy / hip-hop / modern dance technique called yaban. This particular jump movement was also shown in the intro of BTS 2018 MMA Idol performance. This also showed the fans and the audiences that some parts of BTS's Idol choreography are actually based on Samul Nolyi dance movements, one of the very well-known Korean traditional dances. Thanks to this commenter, you can further see that it is quite impossible to actually copy Jimin's dancing style. And it looks like for a lot of people, even among the professional dancers, it is actually difficult to spot all the different dances and techniques he incorporates in his performances. Jimin's comment for Rolling Stone. Honestly, when I started to learn choreography, I thought my background in modern dance and different kinds of movement would be a hindrance to me. But when I was establishing my own way of expressing choreography after debuting, I think those things actually became hugely helpful. What I thought would be bad habits ended up having a positive impact. I could see dances with a different perspective than other people, and I could mix in my modern dance style or incorporate powerful acrobatics into the choreography. So I think those foundational forms actually built who I am now. Respectfully, to this day there is no one who can imitate or cover Jimin's dancing, nor his solo songs, nor his parts in BTS songs. Not to mention that people always try to cover the singing and dancing separately and still can't bring to the stage what Jimin brings while doing both things simultaneously. They actually look better if they don't try to copy Jimin's unique moves. Just be yourself. Most importantly, it's always pleasant to watch a performer that loves what he is doing.